Well, the creativity coach Sheryl Godsy is part of the Million Mask Challenge, and as the CDC is recommending you wear them when you go outside, she's going to show us how to get in on that DIY action.
Some quick information about the fabric that we're using. 100% cotton, and that cotton that has the highest weave that we can get. You can buy these fat quarters, which come in a lot of colorful designs. Have your fabric prepared. You should have pre-washed it in hot water and dried it on the highest heat setting, and don't use fabric softener. The pattern that I'm using is one that's standard that many hospitals have approved, and it is basically a rectangle, 7.5 inches wide by 8 3/4 inch tall. With cotton fabric, you don't have to cut it, you can tear it and it will make a straight line because it goes down the line of the weave of the fabric. So I've got 7.5 by 8 3/4. Again, it's just kind of a gesture thing. You're gonna turn it up about 1/4 inch. Now, if you want, you can press it out, but I do what's called finger pressing. I can just take my fingernail and roll that fabric over, roll it once and roll it another time, and you've got a nice finished edge. And what I have done then is zigzag stitched across the top of it to hold it in place. Then you have your two pieces, and you're gonna lay them, what I used to tell my daughters, pretty side to pretty side. And you're going to leave this open that you finish that edge. So the next step after you have gotten those two pieces ready, backed pretty side to pretty side, you're gonna place it in your machine. And this is where we're gonna add the elastic that's gonna go over the ears. So what I've done is I put my elastic, laid it flat on one corner, and then I'm going to sew all the way down to the corner. And I'm gonna take that elastic and I'm putting it at an angle. However, you can attach it somewhat toward the corner of this. And I'm gonna just stitch that down. I'm gonna go over it several times because that's gonna be a stress point. And then you turn it, go down the other side, and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we have sewn around all three sides, catching the elastic in the corner. And now we're going to turn it so that the right side of the fabric is out. And we've got the start of our mask. One of the secrets is having the nose fit tightly on your face if possible. So what I've done here is I have sewn a 3 1/4 inch little channel for the nose piece. So what I'm gonna do with that is sew down 1/2 inch, and then turn my machine around with the needle down. You can turn it, and then I'm gonna stitch down and leave a 3/4 inch opening. So I'm gonna stitch 3 1/4 inches, and then I would pick it up and stitch the end. This leaves us a little channel that we can insert a pipe cleaner or a chenille stem that will help this clamp down on the nose. Now what we're going to do are create some pleats. I'm just pinching up about 3/4 to an inch of fabric and folding it over. And if you want to, you can pin this to lay flat. So I'm gonna try to fit 3 of them in here. Sometimes you might only have 2. And then I'm gonna just sew those in place. I did a little research about filters that you can use that can add additional protection. These Hepa Filtration vacuum cleaner bags. They're a cloth vacuum cleaner bag. I've just taken one apart and I've cut a small piece that will fit together. I'm going to zigzag this together so it doesn't come apart. And then this would be something that you can place inside the mask that's gonna provide you a little extra protection against those tiny, tiny little virus pieces.
So one of those masks takes Sheryl about 15 minutes to make, and she has a kind of assembly line setup. But in a pinch, you just need fabric and rubber bands, and you can make it by hand. Now, the group that Sheryl is a part of on Facebook is called Sewing Mask for KC if you'd like to donate some materials.